Hey everybody, this is Jesse here at Jesse Lee Strength and Fitness. I'm going to recap my barbell back squat and bench press session today. Um, this is the beginning of week 4 for my strength training, and that is 4 weeks post my 10K. And so after the 10K run, I kind of wrapped up my running season and then moved into strength training. And I'm doing, as you may already know, doing barbell back squat, barbell bench, and bis and tris, biceps and triceps on one day during the week, and then barbell deadlift, conventional style with barbell overhead press and dips on that second day. And then the Sunday session is hip thrusts, weighted chin ups, split squats, and dumbbell bench press with typically some ab wheel in there. So that's kind of the program. And then yesterday was Monday, and yesterday was a zone 2 run in which I ran about 3.5 miles at zone 2. What I'm finding is with the zone 2 running, it is not eating into my strength training. So that's kind of the main point that I wanted to make. I wanted to try to find ways to keep the running in the program, but I didn't want to chew into this strength training work. I really wanted to have each session of weightlifting to be the main purpose and to not be gassed from a previous day's run. I really wanted to give max effort for these training sessions. And I'm finding that with zone 2 running, because it's like 10.5 minute miles, I'm not really doing a lot of effort with the legs out on the trails, and it's just a little bit more like cardiovascular. So that's kind of what I'm finding, and I'm pleased with that result. It's one of the things that's a little bit challenging is, watching things like maybe my VO2 max slide, um, and a little bit of that cardiovascular fitness. But I feel like cardiovascular fitness is a little bit like feeble in that way. It's like one thing that kind of fades a little faster. I do think that strength training typically sticks a little bit better. Cardiovascular is definitely kind of a repetitive thing. You got to kind of keep on it a little bit to keep that high level performance. Um, and obviously, I think once we kind of reach a certain place, the slope is a little bit slower as you get more fit. So it's not a super steep slope. So what I'm hoping is throughout the winter time, try to maintain some cardiovascular fitness. And that way, when I pick up again in the running season in the spring, I will be starting at a higher level. So that way, I have that first 4 to 6 week of my run training really just be getting me back up to speed on my conditioning. So that's the gist. I'll recap these numbers with you today. So I'm continuing on this linear progression, and I've been able to add 5 pounds per lift per set for these first 4 weeks. I'll continue to be able to do that probably for another week, maybe 2, and then I'll get a little bit more different with my programming. So just stay in tune for that. So like on all of these, this was 105 last week, this was 125, and this was 140. So I did 10, 6, and then 3 sets of 5 at the working weight, and I got 145 for 6 on that last set. And I probably had 8, but I just didn't want to push it, but it definitely felt fine. And this is in a high bar position. Felt really good. I'm feeling really strong in my legs, and obviously just kind of adding kind of a little bit, taking it slow, doing a nice long linear progression, which I think is great as a way to get back into this fall winter season. And then after that, I did barbell bench press. And so last week, obviously, it would have been the same. This would be 125, 135, 145. Instead, this week it was 130, 140, 150. And that was 8, 6, and then a 3x6 at 150. And then I was able to get 8 there on that last set. So the bench press numbers feel really good. I feel like I'm making great progress in that. 150 was definitely felt heavy-ish, but I was still able to get 8 reps there at the end. And then for my finisher, I'm doing 2 sets of biceps and 2 sets of triceps each week. So I basically just different variations each week. So today was a straight bar curl, the regular straight bar, and it was 55 pounds total. And I did a set of 12 and a set of 10 with nice eccentric bicep curls. And then I did some kettlebell tricep extensions with the kettlebell behind my head, doing some extensions. And I did a set of 20 and a set of 15. And that finished off the day. I had like a smaller window today, so I made my warm up pretty quick, but I still hit all the main things. Definitely mobilized my hips and was able to get my strength training in between sessions. So that was really good. So today is Tuesday. I'll rest tomorrow, and then I'll lift on Thursday, and then I will rest Friday, Saturday, and then lift on Sunday. Probably fit in some type of longer walk or something on Saturday. Might do a weighted vest, just still not sure on that. But most likely just getting in a nice long walk, and maybe add the weighted vest to add a little bit of cardiovascular benefits to it. So we'll see about that. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.